That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Well, yesterday was the season 3 finale of Invincible. And in the second to last episode, they introduced us just at the end to a guy a lot of people who've read Invincible had been waiting for, Conquest, to show up. And it kind of promised that the finale was probably going to have a big knock him down, drag out fight. And that's certainly what they delivered. It was fun. And by the way, it was a Walking Dead reunion as Negan was fighting, what was the name of Steven? Glenn. Negan fighting Glenn. Negan doing the voice, Jeffrey Dean Morgan doing the voice of Conquest, and Glenn doing the voice of Invincible. So you had a little bit of a reunion there for Walking Dead. Anyway, the episode delivered. It was great. Although I will say this, these fights in Invincible are getting a little... Listen, I loved the Invincible Conquest fight. I did. I'm just saying they're kind of becoming the same thing. I get they're flying through buildings and they're doing all this. Okay, it's kind of becoming a little bit of that, but still, it was great. There's this incredible moment though. Incredible moment. I won't say what Conquest said in case you haven't seen the episode yet, but there's this great moment where Conquest is like getting close to killing Invincible. He's got him pinned down. And then he leans down and whispers something in his ear. And I won't say what it is in case you missed it, but it was 30 seconds of suddenly giving incredible depth to this character who up until that moment was just, I'm big and strong and I'm here to beat you up. That's all it was. It was a one-dimensional character. And then in just this little quick 30-second thing where he leans down and whispers something to Mark, all of a sudden he became a real flesh and blood character. You know what I mean? And it was wonderful. The way they did it was great. So I thought I'd take a second to kind of talk about season 3 of Invincible. I'll say this. For those of you who watch, you already know this, but if you haven't seen me talk about this before, I loved Invincible season 1. I don't know if I could have been more bored with season 2. I don't get me wrong. I don't think it was one of the worst things on TV, but I mean, just compared to how good season 1 was to me, season 2, I'll be honest with you, it was kind of hard to get through.
I think you even paused getting into season 3 because
I did.
of it.
When season 3 started, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Because I had kind of tapped out. I'm like, nah, I'm over it. Now, I had some friends then write me and say that season 3 was definitely an improvement. It was about three episodes in already. And they said, listen, John, season 3 is definitely improved.
A lot of our audience wrote in too, like every day.
Yep. A lot of our eyes wrote in telling us that. So finally, maybe about a month after it started airing season 3, maybe a little bit less than that. I'm like, all right, I'll start watching, see if it actually gets better. And I am so glad to say season 3, I'm not going to say it was as good as season 1 because season 1 was just insanely good, but it gets close to season 1. It is such a marked improvement over season 2. It's kind of like reminds me of Rings of Power season 1.
Oh yeah.
And then getting a lot better. That's what I felt about season 3 of Invincible. It just suddenly got a lot better. The stories themselves got better. The characters got more interesting. I'm totally over the Angstrom Levy character. I get it. What they're drawing it from. It's based on I've never been interested by that character. So whenever they had that character in season 3, I was kind of tuned out, but everything from the relationship between Eve and Mark was great. Mark's mom moving on, Mark's little brother, who I did not think I would like in the show version, but I've actually grown to really like the character. The storyline with Rex was fabulous. Now, obviously, they concluded Rex's storyline prior to the finale, but still, the storyline with Rex was great. I thought they could have spent a little bit more time this season on Alan the Alien and Mark's dad, Invincible's dad, Omni-Man. I thought they could have spent a little bit more time on that part of the story than they did. I felt like we only kind of touched on it just a little bit. Would have been nice to see a little bit more of that, but whatever. Overall, and oh my God, the stuff with Cecil. I think Cecil's storyline might be the most getting his background. You get why sometimes Mark hates him and why sometimes the heroes don't trust him, but you also get why he does what he does. And he is legitimately just trying to save the world. And he's trying to do right by everybody. He's trying, but he has to make really unpopular decisions. I mean, a lot of movies have characters like this, but few have done them as well as they've done Cecil. And so, yeah, man, I gotta say, I mark me down as being very satisfied with Invincible Season 3. And the mark of that is that I'm now looking forward to Season 4.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, because at the end of Season 2, I had no interest in Season 3. I was done. And this has gotten me completely back on board yet. And here's the scary thing. Conquest ain't the most powerful Viltrumite. Thrag is still coming.
I have no idea.
Thrag is still coming.
But these names are crazy.
He's the lead singer of Queen. When you see him, you'll know what I'm talking about. He's Freddie Mercury.
Okay, I see him now.
He basically, they literally drew him to look like Freddie Mercury. But the king of the Viltrumites, he's still coming.
Or Hagar from Final Fight.
I can't remember Final Fight.
It was an arcade video game.
Oh,
it was like
I never played that one. Yeah, look, totally Freddie Mercury. Who wants to live forever? So, yeah, I mark it down as a win. Guys, if you were like me, and you haven't checked out Season 3 because Season 2 didn't really do it for you, it still didn't do it for me. As a fellow person who wasn't totally happy with Season 2, I highly recommend going. It's now the entire season is up on Amazon. Go check out Invincible Season 3. And if you're one of those people who have never actually tried watching Invincible, give it a go. Watch Season 1, then just skip to Season 3, maybe. But I mean, give it a go. It's really fun. And man, they have totally redeemed themselves with Season 3, in my opinion. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Kikoff. Man, time flies, doesn't it? One minute you're reminiscing about your last vacation, and the next you're thinking about major life goals like buying a car, getting that dream home. But if your credit isn't where it needs to be, those goals can feel out of reach. And that's where Kikoff comes in, the #1 credit building app in the App Store that makes it easy, affordable, and stress-free to build credit fast. And that's exactly why I love Kikoff. They give you a credit line for just building credit, not for spending. Your on-time payments get reported to the 3 major credit bureaus, helping you improve your credit mix and payment history, 2 of the biggest factors in credit growth. If your credit is under 600, you could see a jump of about 28 points in your first month. No credit check, no hidden fees, no interest, just smart credit building. Building credit can happen faster than you expect with Kikoff. Don't wait. Get your first month for just $1 at getkikoff.com/Campea. That's Kikoff without the C. Get 80% off at getkikoff.com/Campea. Must sign up via getkikoff.com/Campea to activate offer. Offer applies to new customers first month only, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. Point stat based on Equifax Vantage Score 3.0 changes for Kikoff users starting under 600 who made their first on-time payment between January of 2021 and March of 2024. Payment and credit activity outside Kikoff can have an impact on your credit. Individual results may vary. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Did you have a chance to watch Invincible Season 3? If so, what did you think? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave those there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.